Hey gay men, welcome back. I'm Alexander Sterling. Today, we are gonna answer the question, are gay men too sexual? And I'm sharing 6 truths about hypersexuality you may not be ready to hear, but that will change the way you see this topic. Number 1, sexuality is politicized, not pathological. As gay men, we have always been told we are too sexual. That accusation comes from the outside, from religion, law, and culture, rather than from some inherent truth about gayness. Society has historically cast gay men as predators, deviants, or hedonists, so the stereotype lingers even when it doesn't reflect reality. A lot of gay men internalize the stigma and end up monitoring themselves. Am I reinforcing the stereotype? Am I proving them right? Here's the thing. Wanting sex, having a high sex drive, or even enjoying frequent casual encounters is not evidence of pathology. Straight men who sleep with many women are often praised or normalized. Gay men are often condemned. That double standard matters. So when someone asks, are gay men too sexual? What they're really exposing is how deeply homophobia has framed gay desire as inherently excessive. The truth is, your sexuality is not the problem. The way it's been politicized and judged is. Number 2, the issue isn't frequency, it's function. A central misunderstanding about hypersexuality is that it's defined by numbers. How many partners? How many encounters? How many orgasms? Psychologically, that's not how it works. What matters is function. Is sex something that enriches your life, or does it derail your goals, your relationships, your health, your stability? 2 men can have sex 5 times a week. One is thriving, connected, and happy. The other is using it compulsively to numb loneliness and can't keep commitments. Same frequency, different impact. So the real question isn't, are gay men too sexual? That frames sexuality as inherently suspicious. The deeper question is your sexuality in alignment with your values, or is it working against them? The difference between desire and problem lies in whether you're choosing sex or sex is choosing for you. Number 3, shame often masquerades as desire. As gay men, a lot of us grew up suppressing or hiding our sexuality. When we finally gain freedom to act on it, the pendulum often swings hard the other way. What can look like unbridled sexual appetite may actually be unprocessed shame playing itself out, proving one's desirability, anesthetizing old wounds, or rebelling against years of repression. This isn't about blaming you for having sex. It's about noticing when sex carries emotional weight it was never meant to carry. If every hookup is less about pleasure and more about validation, I matter because he wanted me, then sex becomes a stand-in for self-worth. That dynamic can lead to exhaustion, emptiness, and the sense of never getting enough. Hypersexuality often hides pain rather than pleasure, and unless the shame is named, the cycle keeps running. Number 4, the culture amplifies what was already there. Gay culture didn't invent high libido or sexual compulsivity. Those exist across orientations, but it does offer unique conditions for sex to be more accessible. Dating apps, clubs, bathhouses, and even the way friendship circles sometimes overlap with sexual networks can normalize constant availability. For some, that's liberating. For others, it can turn sex into a background hum that never turns off. This doesn't mean gay men are too sexual. It means the subculture provides a context where sexual pursuit is often celebrated, or at least widely accepted. But when community norms blur into pressure, when saying no feels like exclusion, or when one's value feels measured by sexual activity, the line between choice and compulsion can erode. Awareness of the environment you're swimming in is crucial. The water itself isn't bad, but you need to know when you're drowning in it. Number 5, sex does not equal intimacy, and confusing the two hurts. A very common pattern in the gay community is leading with sex and hoping intimacy follows. For some, this works and deepens into connection. For others, It keeps the emotional hunger hidden. Sex can be the safest, fastest, least vulnerable way to touch another man. But if every encounter is a substitute for real closeness, the result is often loneliness despite constant contact. This doesn't mean you shouldn't necessarily have casual sex. It means you should notice if casual sex is always the way you reach for closeness. If you don't have relationships, friendships, or love that exist outside of the sexual arena, it may be time to ask, am I seeking touch when what I need is to be known? The stereotype that gay men are too sexual often springs from this pattern. Outsiders see lots of sex, but don't see the longing beneath it. And sometimes, even we don't see it in ourselves. Number 6, the goal is conscious ownership, not defense. The real danger isn't being sexual. It's being unconscious about it. Gay men don't need to be less sexual to counter the stereotype. They need to be intentional, to own their sexuality without apology and without letting it run unchecked. Some men thrive with lots of sex. Some thrive with very little. Some want open relationships. Others crave monogamy. All are valid. So, are gay men too sexual? No. That question itself is the wrong one, because it assumes there is some normal benchmark sexuality we're failing to meet. The healthier question is, am I at peace with my sexual choices? Am I directing my sexuality, or is it directing me? When you can answer those questions honestly, you stop defending against stigma and start building a sexuality that actually reflects your values. That's not less sexual, it's more authentic. Thanks for watching. If you're a gay man and these conversations speak to you, go ahead and hit subscribe. I post new videos every week about the things we go through: love, identity, healing, and everything in between. I'd love to have you be part of this community. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.